Here with us now is California GOP Party Chair Jessica Patterson. Jessica, it's good to see you. Just heard Conor McShane's reporting. You know, President Biden was met with protesters when he landed in Sacramento, speaking out against his handling of Afghanistan and mandatory vaccinations when the CDC is putting out misleading data month after month on this. Talk to us about the mail-in ballots, because I think 22 million mail-in ballots were sent out in California, and you've got ballot harvesting is allowed in California, right? 23 states have outlawed that. How worried are you about this?
I'm not worried. Thanks for having me, Liz. And first of all, I think President Biden should have been met with protesters when he landed in Sacramento. This is a man who has abandoned not just Californians, but Americans in Afghanistan. And instead of saving those individuals that are still stuck there, he's out here trying to save Gavin Newsom's job. We are looking forward, to watching the change in California. We started ballot harvesting ourselves last cycle, and while we would love to change the law, as long as it is the rules here in California, we have to play at their same games. We knew that we were doing the right thing in the last cycle when the Secretary of State and the Attorney General tried to sue us to stop collecting ballots the way that we were collecting ballots in conservative businesses and churches. We're playing and we're beating them at their game. Okay,
we hear you on that. So there's that issue, meaning you're taking your campaign, workers are taking the ballots physically, as the Democrats are, on behalf of voters and delivering them, right? So that's what the issue is. The Democrats are saying this is the largest field operation. I think they've got something like, it looks like 20,000 staffers and volunteers, and they're targeting 10 million voters. So what are you guys doing again, to stand up against that?
It has been phenomenal to watch the growth and the energy and the excitement. And it's not just Republicans, it's Californians of all political stripes. We finished off the election cycle in 2020 with 42,000 volunteers. We are now up to 72,000 volunteers. That's a 72% increase in what would normally be considered an off year. People are fired up and they're ready for change here in California.
Okay.
We did 15 million voter contacts last cycle. We've already done 18 million for the recall alone.
Understood. Got it. Okay, let's talk about these voting irregularities, because local TV is talking about them, that voters are getting more than one mail-in ballot sent to them at home, and voters at multiple polling stations are reportedly being told someone already voted for them. Listen, California, there's a history here. We've got also a report of a Woodland Hills, California election official saying, yeah, about 70% of the votes at this precinct already shown as being casted when they were not. You know this, Jessica, that there's been a history here in California of voter fraud, right? So let's go through it. We had a guy arrested with 300 mail-in ballots stolen in his car, reportedly drugs, and he had also a gun. In the city of Compton, half a dozen Democrats were involved in a thing to do forging of mail-in ballots, right? And they got in trouble for that. How worried are you about voter fraud with mail-in ballots right now?
We've worked incredibly hard on the front end to make sure that people feel secure in the integrity of this election. This isn't something that we started after 2020. This is something that we started before the 2020 election cycle. We focused on the 4 congressional seats where we were targeting. We won all 4 of those congressional seats. We made sure that we had staff, volunteers, and lawyers on the ground. We've only built upon that success. We have lawyers representing about 95% of voters, over 115 volunteer lawyers. All 58 counties are covered. We feel very good about the work that we've done in every single one of these instances to make sure that people have faith when they are casting their ballots.
Jessica, we hear you. I mean, but it took a court in California to basically force Los Angeles County to get rid of 1.5 million non-active voters, meaning they could be dead people. This law has been on the books since Bill Clinton signed it in 1993. California didn't follow it for decades. We got to leave it there. Jessica Patterson, thank you so much for joining us. It's good to see you.